Happy Monday, Gina here with your weekly market update. Last week was a really nice week for the markets. Our major indexes saw some really nice gains. Both the Dow and the S&P were up over 4.5% for the week. The NASDAQ over 5%. As a matter of fact, the Dow had its best 3-week stretch since November of 2020. And this was a really nice reprieve from the sell-off. It's likely due to really good corporate earnings, and the Wall Street Journal had some reporting that indicated the Fed may start to shift to some smaller hikes starting in December. We'll see what actually happens there. But last week was a really good indicator as to why we still need exposure to the market. In times of volatility and with possible recessions, and with us getting defensive, people often ask why we don't move everything into cash. And the reason for that is that we can't miss the best days in the market. We still need to have exposure. And last week is a perfect reason why. Oftentimes, the best days in the market happen during or right after the worst days in the market. And we just can't afford to miss that. So yes, we've gotten defensive. Yes, we don't feel like you need to go down with the ship, and we've raised cash. That's what getting defensive means. Because of, where we think everything is headed. And so although we have had exposure and we got to participate in that, we also want to participate in the interest rates rising and take advantage of more of the short duration vehicles with that cash that is sitting on the sidelines. And so I mentioned a few weeks ago that we'll probably start purchasing treasuries. The 10-year treasury just crept up over 4%, so 4.2%. It's the first time it's been that high since 2008, but also taking advantage of yields with CDs and looking at bonds or some municipal bonds. And with some of the cash, for some individuals, it might make sense to even take advantage of money markets, which as of today, some money markets were yielding over 2.5%, and that might make the most sense for some of the liquid cash as well. So you'll see us start to take advantage of all of those vehicles. There's just a lot of information to digest right now. We're paying attention to the GDP numbers because that's always a good indication of a recession. 2 quarters of declining GDP along with unemployment is really kind of how they classify a recession. So Q3 GDP numbers come out on Thursday. We're watching a lot of the leading economic indicators as well, layoffs, housing, product orders, because that really helps determine where the economy is headed. And then also paying attention, of course, to interest rates. And, for example, the 30-year fixed mortgage just went over 7% for the first time in a very, very long time. The 30-year fix is at 7.22%. And because of that, mortgage demand has fallen to a 25-year low. So we are, paying attention to it all. We know that this is a very complicated, tough time, but we are here to answer any questions that you might have. And as always, if you need us, give us a call. Otherwise, wish you a great week. Okay, take care.